take some time out today to do a short video on how to keep your dogs safe at Christmas time. Lots of us have time off work at Christmas. Oftentimes there's loads of different stuff kicking about, like decorations, presents, people, and an excess of food. So there are a number of things to think about when your dog is having its first Christmas, or in fact, if your dog's had several Christmases and has had mishaps before. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is introduction of new stuff. So here's where it all begins. So out from the attic comes the Christmas tree, or in from outside. All the baubles that go on it. There's presents arriving. People are wrapping things up or storing their presents. Glass baubles on the tree. The hazards are endless. Something I find really helpful is to put up like a puppy pen or similar, or a baby gate, and have the dog doing something. My dog's zooming around. Have the dog doing something fun while I'm putting the decorations up. That way they're not laying around and I'm not getting into lots of unnecessary arguments with the dog about picking things up that I don't want them to pick up. Once I've done that, I'm also going to make sure that those decorations are appropriate to the age of the dog. For example, last year was Aria's first Christmas. I don't know if you can hear her, she's absolutely zooming around at the moment. Whoops, there she goes. It was her first Christmas, so we had a really small Christmas tree and we had it up high. That was so that she couldn't get hold of all the decorations. I also had all the presents up on a high table so she couldn't get to them. The thing with presents are, I mean, unless you've wrapped all of them, you often don't know what's in them. So it might be that your colleagues have bought you something, oftentimes that's chocolate or similar, and then the dog can smell that. So if your dog does get hold of some of the presents and there's something like chocolate in there, that's quite a big problem, because chocolate's poisonous to dogs. I am going to put a little link in the comments at the bottom with a list so you can see what things are poisonous to dogs. But lots of foodstuffs that we eat, dogs can't eat. So anything that's food related that's under your tree is a potential, hello, thank you for coming and helping, is a potential hazard to your dog. So you need to make sure that those things are kept away safe. In addition to that, on Christmas Day, you're going to have people coming and going. Some dogs will cope fine with that, others will get super excited, and some might even get a bit fearful. So think about what your dog can cope with. There's training you can do beforehand to get them used to get guests or build their confidence if they're a bit nervous. But for some dogs, you know, they'll have a nicer time if you put them in a different room with some stuff to do, and that's okay. The other thing to think about when you have guests is oftentimes I've heard some people drink booze. I don't know why, but anyway, some people drink booze, and when people drink booze, their inhibitions are lowered. So that can lead to some rowdy behaviour, which maybe your dog doesn't want to be around, but also that can lead to people leaving stuff where they shouldn't leave it. I'm thinking particularly about food. So when you're having your Christmas meal with all your trimmings and everything, why not put your dog somewhere safe with some things that they enjoy to do, so that they're going to be out of the way while you clear everything away? Because there's going to be bits out of crackers. There's going to be Sunday roasts. There's going to be all sorts of things kicking about, and you really don't want your dog getting hold of any of those things. Now finally, the other thing I wanted to mention is, for some reason, and actually I'm not okay with it, but it is what it is, people like, don't they, Aria, to set off fireworks at Christmas and New Year, which can be really painful for animals actually. But anyway, that's what some people like to do. That's up to them. It might be worth you taking some time to habituate your dog to fireworks. It might be worth you taking some precautionary measures so that your dog has got maybe the telly on, or some calming pet remedies on, or they might have Classic FM on. They do a really good dog feature. You might need to prepare for them so that they don't get stressed. It's a lot easier to prevent them getting stressed from fireworks than it is to train them out of it once that damage has been done. But there is training available out there, and I'll try and put a link up for you to have a look at. so you can start training, but really that would take several months before, so you're going to need to do management this year. So thinking of that, we've thought about food and safety, we've thought about guests coming, we've thought about the noise and disruption, and we've also thought a bit about what your dog might want, and some dogs might just want to be out of the way if there's loads of come-ins and go-ins. But that said, do enjoy your Christmas. It's not all full of risk, is it? And don't forget that we're open actually over that period. If you do want to do some one-to-ones, I'm quite happy to see you over that period. There's nothing I'd like more. All right, hope that's helpful. Bye.